Hi guys, it's our first book review together. All right, we're gonna do The Ritual today. And I know I wasn't gonna do a big popular book for my first review, but I have a couple of reasons why I'm choosing to do this. It's everywhere, like it's even on my rec page, but I would not recommend this book to everybody. So that's the reason I'm gonna go for this book first. So the reason I want to recommend this book to everybody. One, it's a dark romance. Even being a dark romance, it is smutty. Not all dark romances are smutty. It's not just smutty. It's got BDSM. Okay, it's a dark romance full of smuts and BDSM. Now let's get to those trigger warnings. Those trigger warnings are not to be trifled with. They are serious trigger warnings. Like, I'm not easily offended, and I don't usually get upset, but even in some of the spots in this series, I was kind of like, okay then. But you know, so I feel like if you read through those trigger warnings and there's even a little bit of a chance they're going to be uncomfortable, I would say don't do it. Like, they're just not for you. That being said, the trigger warnings are not something that's just mentioned in the book or it's just a one scene. Especially in book 2, it builds some of those trigger warnings. So I feel like if you can't handle those trigger warnings and smut isn't for you and you can't do dark romance and BDSM isn't for you, then don't go for it. But if those are things that you are looking for in a book or things that you enjoy, then go for this book, because it is, in the series, they are just amazing. Like, the world that's built with the secret society, oh my gosh, like, it is crazy. And it's not like, you know how some books you get in there and there's all this information being dumped on you at once and you're like, oh, hold up a minute, hold up. I need to figure out what's going on before I go on. She gives you a little bit at a time, keeps you flipping to find out what's going to happen next, what's going to go on next. So they're great. They really keep you coming back for more. The main characters are very full of depth. Like, they have some inner turmoil that even you're like, oh my gosh. Like, there's points I laughed and I cried. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I laughed and cried in them. The romance in it is crazy. Like, there's points and I'm like, I'm kind of jelly. Like, this is great. Oh, you know, like, why? Like, you know, I'm gonna admit it, I was jelly of some of the romance and the spice. That spice is amazing. So, to keep this short and sweet, you don't like dark romance, you don't like trigger warnings, and you can't handle them. You don't like the smut, you don't like the BDSM. Pass it up. It's not for you, babe. It's not for you. You love all those things, I say go for it, because in all reality, these are amazing flipping books. They are fantastic. But heed those trigger warnings. Heed those trigger warnings, because if you don't heed them, you might find yourself thinking, oh no, what did I get myself into? And then you're going to leave the author a bad review when they're actually good books. They just weren't for you.